Hi everyone, now I am going to teach with the chemistry topic. The topic name is chemical reactions and equations. The topic name is the chemical reactions and equations. Before going to this topic, we want to know about some changes. We have to know about changes. What are changes? What are changes? The universe is made up of changes. The universe is made up of changes. Some of the changes are classified into physical changes. Some are classified into chemical changes. The universe is made up of changes. Some of the changes are made up of physical changes. Some of the changes are classified into physical changes. Some of the changes are classified into chemical changes. For understanding what are the physical changes, what are the chemical changes, I will give some examples. The examples are, the first one is melting of ice. Melting of ice. The first example is melting of ice. The second example is breaking of a glass. The second example is breaking of a glass. The third one is respiration. Third one is respiration. The fourth one is rusting of an iron. The fourth one is rusting of an iron. The fifth one is burning of a paper. The first one is melting of ice. The second one is breaking of a glass. The third one is respiration. Fourth one is rusting of an iron. Fifth one is breaking of a paper. Here in these examples, what are physical changes and what are chemical changes? I will explain. Okay. The melting of ice. For this concept, I am taking the ice cube. For this, I am taking ice cube. I am heating the ice cube. Here, I am heating the ice cube. It will generate water. Okay. I am taking the ice cube and I am heating this ice cube. Next, when I am heating the ice cube, it will generate water. Next, say similarly, when I am cooling the water, it can change into ice. In this example, the ice and water are the substances. The ice is changed into water and the water is changed into ice. Okay, here the state is changed. State is changed. Here the only state is changed. The ice is in the solid state, the water is in the liquid state. The solid state is changed into liquid and the liquid state is changed into solid. Here only the state is changed. First example is melting of ice. For this example, I am taking the ice cube. I am heating the ice cube. It will generate the water. The ice is in the form of solid and water is in the form of liquid. When I am cooling the water, it will change into the ice cube. The liquid is changed into solid state. Okay. Here the change is occurred in the state only. The next example is breaking of a glass. When I am breaking one glass, it can changes into small pieces of glass. Here the size is changed. Here the size is changed. Shape is also changed. Here the size is changed. The shape is also changed. This is also a physical change. This is a physical change. In the above example, melting of ice, the ice can be changed into water, the water can be changed into ice. In this example, the only state is changed. The solid is changed into liquid and liquid is changed into solid. here the any new substances are generated. For this is a physical change. This is a physical change. In the second example, breaking of a glass. When I am breaking one glass, it can be changed into the small pieces. Here the size is changed and the shape is changed. Here the size and shape, these are the physical changes. The size and shape are the physical changes. Here the state is also physical changes. The physical change is nothing but if any known new substances created. If any known new substances created are called as physical changes. The changes are occurred in state, size and shape. These changes are called as physical changes. If any new substances are created, any new substances are not created, then the changes are called as the physical changes. For physical changes, only the state can be changed, the size can be changed and the shape can be changed. Is it understood? Next I am going with another examples. What is the third example is respiration. What is respiration? The respiration is nothing but taking oxygen. When we breathing oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. We are taking oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. Here we are taking oxygen this is not another one, releasing carbon dioxide. These two are different one. The oxygen is different and the carbon dioxide is different. This is called as the chemical change. Here the new substance is generated. The new substance is carbon dioxide. So that is called as the chemical change. Next I am taking rusting of iron. The rusting of iron is also the chemical change. The rusting of iron is also the chemical change. The next, burning of a paper. I am taking a paper and burning with a matchstick. What is generated? When burning the paper, the ash is generated. This is the new substance. Here I am taking one paper and burning with the matchstick. The ash is generated. Taking a paper, the ash is generated. For that, this is a chemical change. In the reactions, if the new substances are created, these reactions are called as, these changes are called as chemical changes. If any new substances are not created, then that changes are called as physical changes. Is it understood? In the physical change, the change will be occurred in the state, size and shape. In the chemical change, the new substances are generated. This is about the differences between the physical changes and the chemical changes. Here the physical changes are temporary changes. The physical changes are temporary changes. The chemical changes are permanent changes. The physical changes are temporary changes and the chemical changes are permanent changes. Explaining one activity. Take one beaker. Take one beaker. In this take quicklime. In this take quicklime. Take one beaker and take 5 grams of quicklime. Quicklime is nothing but it is calcium oxide. Take one beaker, add 5 grams of quicklime. The quicklime is nothing but it is a calcium oxide. Next take water. This is water. This is water. Next, what you observe here? I am taking one beaker. In that beaker, I am taking 5 grams of quicklime. The quicklime is nothing but the calcium oxide. Next, in that calcium oxide, I am also taking water. Okay. Here, what you observe? When you touch this beaker, the heat is generated. The beaker is with heat. The heat is generated. Here the heat is generated. Heat is generated means it is nothing but it is a chemical reaction. This is a chemical change. This is a chemical reaction. The chemical reaction is occurred between the quicklime and water. The heat is generated. This is nothing but this is a chemical change. In this beaker, dip blue litmus paper and red litmus paper. What you observe here? The dip blue litmus paper and red litmus paper. The blue litmus paper cannot be changed and the red litmus paper can be changed into blue. The red litmus paper can be changed into blue. Why? Because it is the chemical changes occurred. This is the chemical reaction. Okay, is it observed? The red litmus paper can be changed into blue is nothing but it is a basic in nature. It is basic in nature. Okay, are you understood? Now I am again explaining. Take one beaker and take in that beaker 5 grams of quicklime. Quicklime is nothing but it is the calcium oxide. Next add some more water into that beaker. What you are observed, when you are touching this beaker, the heat is generating. When you touching this beaker, the heat is generating. That means the chemical reaction is between the quicklime and water is occurred here. Okay. Next, what chemical reaction is occurred means you can test it with the red litmus paper and blue litmus paper. When you dip the blue litmus paper color cannot be changed here. When you dip the red litmus paper can be changed into the blue color. That means this is the basic in nature. This reaction is basic in nature. This is first example. Now I am giving another example. Take one magnesium paper. Take one magnesium paper and next take one magnesium paper and heat it with spirit lamp. Heat it with spirit lamp and collect some ash. Collect ash. Take a magnesium ribbon or magnesium paper and heat it with the spirit lamp, then collect ash. Next, add some water. Next, add some water. I am collecting this ash into one beaker. And add some water here. This is magnesium ash. This is water. What you are observed here means the chemical changes occurred here. The chemical changes occurred here. Here I am taking the red litmus paper and the blue litmus paper. Okay, here I am taking both litmus papers, red and blue. The red is not change here. The red is not change. The blue litmus paper can be changed into red. The blue litmus paper can be changed into red. That means it is acidic in nature. Acidic in nature. The magnesium ash is acidic in nature. Take one magnesium paper or ribbon and with spirit lamp. Then we collect the ash and take one beaker and take in this magnesium ash and add some more water, and we can check the red litmus paper. We can dip the red litmus paper and the blue litmus paper and we can observe that the red litmus paper cannot be changed. The blue litmus paper can be changed into red. That means the magnesium ash is acidic in nature. The third example, take two beakers. This is beaker A and this is beaker B. Here we are taking, I am taking 2 grams of sodium sulfate, 2 grams of sodium sulfate in the beaker A, and in the beaker B I am taking 2 grams of barium chloride. Here I am taking 2 beakers. In the first one I am taking 2 grams of sodium sulfate. In the second beaker I am taking the 2 grams of barium chloride. I am taking in the first one and the second one 100 ml water. This is 100 ml water. In this I am taking also 100 ml water. Water means H2O. The chemical formula of water is H2O. Here these two solutions are colorless. These two solutions are colorless. Now I am taking another beaker. Now I am taking another beaker. In that beaker I am adding these two solutions. First of all I am taking the 2 beakers. In the first beaker A I am taking 2 grams of sodium sulfate. In the second beaker I am taking the 2 grams of barium chloride. In the first beaker I am adding 100 ml of water, and the second beaker also I am adding 100 ml of water. What you are observe here, these two are the colorless in nature. Okay. The next I am taking another beaker. In this beaker I am adding both the solutions in the beaker A and beaker B. Both the solutions in beaker A and beaker B. Here what you are observe is the white precipitate is created. The white precipitate is formed here. The white precipitate is formed here. The color of this liquid is red in color. Okay, I am taking the 2 beakers. I am taking these 2 solutions into 1 beaker. What you are observe here, the white precipitate is created here and the color of the liquid is red. The precipitate means insoluble particle solution. Insoluble product solution is called as the precipitate. The precipitate is always in the state solid. The state of the precipitate is solid. It is always observed at the bottom of the glass. It always observed at the bottom of the beaker or bottom of the glass. This is about the precipitation. The color of the solution is in red color. Before independent, these colors are colorless. Okay, when we are adding these 2 solutions into 1 beaker, the color is changed into red and the white precipitation is created. The insoluble particle solution substance is called as the precipitate. The precipitate is always in the solid state. It is always appear at the bottom of the glass or bottom of the beaker. Okay, the next example is the 4th one. In the 4th example, I am taking 1 flask. I am taking 1 flask. In that flask, I am taking the zinc granules. These are the zinc granules, and I am taking the small amount of HCl. The small amount of HCl. What you observe here, after few minutes, the heat is generated. After few minutes, the heat is generated. Okay. Next, the gas is evolved. After few minutes, the heat is generated and the gas is evolved. Okay. Next, taking 1 candle and take this candle to the mouth of the flask. Then the candle is put off with pop sound. Then the candle is put off with pop sound. Then the candle is put off with pop sound means here the gas is released. The released gas name is H2 gas. Okay, if the gas is oxygen, if the released gas is oxygen, the candle will more brighten. If the released gas is carbon dioxide, the candle will put off without any sound. Put off without any sound. If the gas is hydrogen, the candle will put off with pop sound. If the candle is put off with pop sound, the generated gas is nothing but hydrogen. If the candle is put off without any sound, then that gas is the carbon dioxide. If the candle is more brightened, then the released gas is oxygen. Is it understood? These are the examples of the chemical equations. In that examples, what you are observed in the first example, the heat is generated. The heat is generated, the color is changed, next precipitate is occurred, fourth one gas is released, heat generated or heat is observed. Fifth one is new substances are generated. The new substances are generated. These four are the examples for the chemical equations, chemical reactions. In these reactions, the new substances are created, the heat is generated or observed, the color is changed, the precipitate is formed. The precipitate is formed. The fifth one is the gas is released. Here the new substances are generated means in these examples the new substances are created. In some more examples the heat is generated and some more examples the heat is observed. In chemical equations some more the heat is generated, in some one the heat is observed. If the heat is generated, these equations are called as exothermic reactions. In chemical equation, in some of chemical equations, the heat is generated. These chemical equations are called as exothermic chemical reactions. In some equations, in some chemical equations, chemical reactions, the heat is observed. These equations are called as endothermic reactions. Endothermic reactions. If the heat is generated, then that reactions are called as exothermic reactions. If the heat is observed, then that reactions are called as endothermic reactions. Is it understood? The next one, the color is changed. In this, the color is, it is a colorless solution. When we are adding these two solutions into one beaker, the color is changed into red. The next one is precipitate is formed. Here the white precipitate is formed. The precipitate is always in the solid form. It is observed. It is at the bottom of the glass or bottom of the beaker. The next one, the gas is released. If the gas is released with the pop sound, if the candle is put off with the pop sound, it is hydrogen gas. If the candle is put off, then that is carbon dioxide. If the candle is more brightened, then that is the oxygen. The evolved gas is oxygen. Is it understood? This is about the chemical changes. These are the examples of the chemical changes. Okay friends, this is my YouTube channel. Please subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon.